friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. My name is Caitlin and you're joining me in the dining room today because we're going to be making some teas. It is the beginning of November and so we are basically in the beginning of cold and flu season. One of my best friends, her kids have the flu right now. I know a couple people at work have gone home sick this week, so the colds are really kind of starting to really make the rounds. So I want to make some herbal teas that hopefully will help me if I get sick. We've already dabbled in herbalism a little bit, and the idea is not to necessarily cut out pharmaceuticals. If I get sick, I'm still taking NyQuil and Dayquil because that is the best thing that I ever take. But the idea is, number one, if we can take something that would either help the cold or potentially not let the cold happen. So we've already done a couple things. We've played around with a couple different ideas that have been around for generations, that have been used and been proven to be effective. One of those is our fire cider. This is something we made about 3 weeks ago and it is still steeping. I'm gonna let this steep for about another 2 to 3 weeks and then I'm gonna drain it. And then this we take, and I do a video on this I can link below. This we take when you can take it every single day. It's an immune booster, but it can also be taken if you feel like you're starting to get sick, and it can help to just fight off whatever you feel like you're fighting. The second thing we made is we made fermented garlic and honey. Now I will say this is not something I enjoy taking. It doesn't taste bad. You know, when I'm taking Dayquil and NyQuil, I'm taking the liquid stuff because I hate the big pills. And that liquid stuff is bad. This doesn't taste bad. It tastes like a very, very, very garlicky honey, but it's very, very, very garlicky. But I will say I wasn't feeling bad last weekend, but I almost felt like my body was fighting off a little something, something. So I started taking a few spoonfuls of this. And now whether it was in my head that my body was fighting something, I was just tired or what, I feel 100% better. So I'm really, really, so far, pleased with this product itself. And this is something that, again, has been around for a very long time. Honey and garlic have great medicinal flavors. So I like having this in addition to my fire cider. And then we also need to make some more of our elderberry syrup. This is, again, is something that you can take every single day. You can take it when you're feeling sick. But the 3 of these items are things that I have made, and the idea behind these is to help me fight off when I'm starting to feel sick. If I'm feeling sick or I was around somebody that was sick, I take these. I will say I'm getting ready to fly to Atlanta in 2 months, and I plan on putting some of this and some of my fire cider, probably maybe even all 3. I plan on putting in just little plastic containers and putting in my checked bags and flying with them to Atlanta. Just because I always get sick when I'm on a plane. I feel like whenever I'm on a plane, I always get sick. So these are just going to be, I hope really useful to help me not get sick. What we're doing today is we're doing things with dried product. We're not doing anything liquid. We're doing dried products. We're doing teas. My sticker will not stay on there. We're doing teas. And these are teas that you're already sick and you're trying to help yourself feel better. So the recipes I'm getting come from this Herbal Medicine for Beginners. I got this at Barnes & Noble, I think. And it is by Katja Swift and Rin Midra. I hope I'm not butchering that as bad as I'm afraid I am. And this is one of my, I have a couple of different herbalism books, but this is one of my favorite ones because it is 100% for beginners. I want to be an herbalist. I like the idea of being an herbalist and being able to know the benefits of everything, but I'm not there yet. So this book covers all of this stuff in the beginning. It tells you, like, here's licorice. It just gives you all this information about each product. So I'm excited to use this. So what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to be making some teas. And the teas we're going to be making, like I said, come from that book. We're going to be making a cough tea. It's a lung lubricating tea. And this is going to be good if you have a really bad cough. Whenever you have those coughs you can't get rid of, this is supposed to be good for that. We have a fever breaking tea. This is when you have a fever and you want to, like, sweat the fever out. You want to break the fever. There is this tea that you can drink to break your fever. I have a nausea tea. And I have a sore throat tea. So especially the cough and the sore throat tea are the ones I'm really kind of thinking I'm going to use most often. But fever breaking tea is definitely something. If I get a fever and I can't get rid of it, I normally can break my fever very quickly, but you never know. And then nausea, I get nauseous in the car a lot. So I'm thinking I might be able to take that nausea or that nausea tea with me and maybe drink that if I start getting nauseous in the car. I don't know. But I did go ahead and I purchased some additional herbs. I didn't have everything that I need. And I will say, I normally buy the majority of my herbs, and I bought the majority of these herbs on Mountain Rose website, Mountain Rose Herbs, and I bought the majority of them there. I did pick up a couple on Amazon just so they would be here by today because I wanted to do this today. This morning I realized that I was short fennel seed and ginger. I had forgotten to pick them up. I was going to pick them up in the store, and I forgot to pick them up. So I ran out to a natural food store this morning, and I picked up so many extra things. This natural food store is fantastic. It had a bulk mill room where you just go in and fill up with whatever you want. I got a big old bag of cane sugar. I got a big old bag of pink Himalayan salts. I got all of these things. I got my fennel seed, ginger. I got so many things, and that will forever be my place to go. Rather than ordering online or ordering from Amazon, I'm gonna support local. So I'm really pleased. That like made my day that I found that. So that's exciting. So these are the herbs that we need for all of these recipes. You don't need every single one for every single recipe, but I'm gonna go over the whole list and then we're gonna break it down. I have marshmallow roots, elderflower, I have some mint, wild lettuce leaf, some dried ginger, some fennel seed. This is licorice root. I can move you guys over here. We have some chamomile. I have some catnip. And I have some, I don't know how to say this, mullein leaf. So those are the things that we need for our recipe today. So we're gonna start, and I got these cute jars before I start. I got these super cute jars at the dollar store. And I think these will be so cute to put our teas in. I think they'll be so cute. So I'm really excited for these jars. Okay, so we're gonna start with our cough tea, which is called a lung lubricating tea. And we just measure everything by cups. So I just need my measuring spoons. And I'm gonna mix everything in just this bowl that has a spout, so I can just pour it into the container. So I'm gonna start with 1 cup of marshmallow root. Oops. 1 cup of marshmallow root. 1 cup of our dried mullein leaves. And this is something that I bought over the course of a year because herbs can be expensive. So it's definitely something that you don't need to feel like you need to do it all at once. Buy a little bit here, buy a little bit there. 1 cup of my mullein. I need half a cup of fennel seeds. So I will say I'm not eyeballing these. I am doing them precisely. One half cup of fennel seeds. So I got my half cup here. And then I need a 1/4 cup of licorice root. I need to get a spoon to stir this. Okay, now I want to give this just a nice stir. So for this one, it says this is a cold infusion, and this is, you measure 2 to 4 tablespoons of this tea per quart of water, and then you steep in the cold water for 4 to 8 hours. Strain and then drink warm with honey. Whew. I don't know if y'all can see that licorice powder. You can taste. Doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like I'm inhaling powder. So let's get this guy in here. But that is gonna be our cough tea. So I do want to get a label. I didn't get a label either. I do want to get a label to put on this so I know which one this is. And I also am going to get a paper towel so I can wipe, you know, the majority of this out. And this is our, I'm just gonna write cough tea. And because I have to be extra, isn't that so cute? Now, if my handwriting was better, it'd be even cuter, but hey, I'll take what I can get, right? So there's one done. And then, because I'm curious, if you're not curious, you can skip ahead. Because I'm curious, I would like to know what the benefits of all these things are. So let's do that while I have the book. Okay. So mullein, it is a cooling, drying, tonifying. That's what its qualities are. It is ideal for addressing allergies, asthma, back pain, cough, ear infection, and incontinence. And it says, in regards of cough, it says mullein leaf loosens and moistens mucus in the lungs, making it easier to expel, and is particularly helpful for unproductive coughs. So that's good. I think. It sounds gross, but I think it's good. Marshmallow. Its qualities are cooling, moistening, and relaxant. It is ideal for addressing arthritis, asthma, burns, sunburn, cough, dry mouth, food sensitivities, gout, hangover, headache, heartburn, high blood pressure, IBS, and indigestion, dysphagia, leaky gut, sore throat, stomach ulcer, UTIs, and wounds. So marshmallow has a lot of stuff about it. Marshmallow has a moisten action and is very important for dry constitutions and for people who do not hold on to water well. If you feel like you drink a lot of water, it goes right through you. Marshmallow can help with that. Licorice is, the qualities are warming, moistening, relaxant, and is ideal for addressing arthritis, asthma, fatigue, food sensitivities, hangover, heartburn, IBS, inflammation, leaky gut, sore throat, and stomach ulcers. And this also has a moistening effect, which makes it a great remedy for dry, itchy, irritated conditions throughout the body. And it has strong anti-inflammatory action. It helps moisten dry lungs and sore throat. And it's anti-tussive, I don't know if I said that right, and its anti-tussive action helps relieve dry, unproductive coughs. And then the last one was fennel. Fennel is ideal for addressing asthma, bloating, food sensitivities, IBS, indigestion, leaky gut, and PMS. Its qualities are warming, moistening, relaxant. It helps improve digestion and liver function. And it is particularly suited to counteract the cold, stagnant conditions we see so commonly in our population today. And really, this talks a lot about IBS and gas and bloating. So that's what we have so far. So we have a cough tea, which I think will come in very handy this year. Next, we're going to do our fever break-in tea. So we're going to start with half a cup of our catnip. And let me see, I don't have that much catnip. I grew catnip. I'm just going to do a little bit of catnip because I don't have a lot. I'm going to do a quarter of a cup of catnip because I don't have a lot and I need it for the nausea. I grew catnip, and every time I get the catnip in the house to like dry, my cats find it. So I need half a cup of catnip, half a cup of elderflower, half a cup of peppermint leaf. I just use the mint. I don't know if this is the same thing, but I use the mint that I grow in my garden that I use to make my teas. I'm just gonna Put some of that in there like that. And then we need a 1/4 cup of wild lettuce leaf stalk. Oh, that's my yarrow, sorry. Here's my wild lettuce leaf stalk. 1/4 cup. And that is it for this one. This one says you put those powders really go right in your nose, in your mouth. My nose is burning right now. This says to take 1 to 2 tablespoons in a pint-sized mason jar, pour in boiling water and steep for 20 minutes. So this is our fever, like I said, our fever break-in tea. I guess I could honestly probably like mix. I don't need this big bowl, do I? I didn't really think that through. Okay, let's stop using him. So that didn't make a ton, but that's okay. It just made about a little section, but you only need 1 to 2 tablespoons per pint, so that's not bad. So I mark this guy as fever break-in tea. Cute. And then let's see what the properties of this one are. So we're going to start with catnip. Catnip, its qualities are warm, dry, and relaxant. It is ideal for ADD, ADHD, anxiety, fever, food sensitivities, heartburn, IBS, indigestion, leaky gut, and nausea. It's sedative. Excuse me. There's a lot of scents in here, a lot of powders in here to inhale. So catnip is sedative. It's really good for anxiety. It relaxes muscles to allow a fever's heat to escape the body. Catnip is commonly included in formulas to break a high or long-lasting fever. Okay. Next we have elderflower. This is good for anxiety, bronchitis, chest cold, pneumonia, cold and flu, depression, fever, immune support, PMS, and stress. It is known for its ability to prevent viruses from replicating, especially influenza viruses. It makes your immune system fight these pathogens easier. And it also decreases the severity and length of the illness. Monroe, come on. Down. Continuing on. Peppermint is good for arthritis, bites and stings, bloating, burns and sunburn, fever, food sensitivities, IBS, indigestion, leaky gut, muscle soreness, and nausea. It has relaxing action throughout the body, which can be helpful in the digestive system to relieve gas and bloating and colic in children. It also stimulates the flow of oxygen to the brain. It helps release the fever, and because the flavor often appeals to children, this is a very hardy plant to have on hand for little ones. And then the last one is our wild lettuce leaf, which I opened right to. This is ideal for addressing anxiety, back pain, fever, headache, insomnia, muscle soreness, and pain management. It is particularly appropriate when pain prevents sleep or causes agitation, anxiety, and nervousness. So I'm not sure what it does in this exact tea, but I'm not an herbalist. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Next we have our nausea tea, it's called Calm Core Tea. We're gonna mix in the jar because that seems smarter. So I need the rest of my catnip. I need a cup of catnip. Let's see how much I have. I have a half a cup. So that's just going to be what it's going to be. I need 1 cup chamomile. 1 cup chamomile. One half cup peppermint leaf. Now my peppermint is still whole. I didn't grind it down. So I'm just gonna add more than half a cup, because if it was ground it would be in smaller portions. So I'm just gonna add probably a cup of leaves. Half a cup of fennel seed. And a 1/4 cup of dried ginger. Maybe do these outside. I got a lot of aromas. Nothing smells bad. It's just a lot of aromas going around. So 1/4 cup of dried ginger. Okay. And that is it for this one. This one is going to be pretty, I think. Look at it before I shake it. All these different colors and textures. Now let's shake it. I need to really shake it. The peppermint leaves I should have ground. I didn't, but that's okay. It's pretty. Okay, so this one, it says measure 2 to 3 tablespoons per quart of water. Pour in boiling water and steep for 20 minutes. Drink slowly if nausea is very severe. Just sit for a while and inhale the scent of the tea. Say nausea tea. Okay, we did catnip, peppermint, and fennel. Now we just need chamomile and ginger. Chamomile is good for a lot of things. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but ADD, acne, anxiety, depression, headache, insomnia, leaky gut, menstrual, PMS, plantar fasciitis, wounds. Chamomile is good for a lot of things. It is considered a gentle tea. Chamomile is the ideal choice for people who run cold and damp physically but have type A personalities. There's no single better plant for helping relax and unwind before bed or anytime. This antispasmodic action of chamomile is very poignant. So, chamomile is good for a lot of things. It says it doesn't actually break it down like everything else does, but I think it has too many properties. Ginger, same thing. So many things. Arthritis, back pain, bloating, constipation, cough, dry mouth, fever, headache, joint pain, PMS, depression, sprains. It goes on. It's good for stimulating digestion, resolving slow and sluggish issues such as bloating and constipation. It's great for headaches and backaches resulting from tension. Can stimulate circulation, improving blood flow. Along with its anti-inflammatory action, this makes ginger very effective for treating cardiovascular problems and issues that result from systematic infections such as rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so now we're going to be making our last tea, and I'm out of the clear pumpkin jar, so I'm using an orange pumpkin jar, but that's okay. And this is going to be our sore throat tea. We are going to be doing 1 cup of marshmallow root, cup dried ginger. A 1/4 cup licorice root. Oh, this is a powder that goes right in your mouth. And then a 1/4 cup cinnamon bark. I looked this up, cinnamon bark. Are they the same as cinnamon sticks? And from what I think I gathered, I think they're basically the same as cinnamon sticks. I believe cinnamon sticks, what I found online was just cinnamon bark rolled up into sticks. So I'm just going to use cinnamon. I feel like that's the same thing. So I have my big jar of cinnamon, and we need a 1/4 cup. And in this recipe, the only thing that we haven't looked up is the cinnamon. Oh, now that smells good. Let's do a lot of cinnamon now. Oh my lordy. Maybe do this outside. Cinnamon is good for athlete's foot, bloating, fever, hypoglycemia, PCOS, indigestion, and sore throats. It is a very potent antifungal agent. It is an effective ally for insulin resistance and pre-diabetes, as well as symptoms arising from these conditions, such as PCOS. So, I know cinnamon's very good for you, so that's good. Okay. So that is our cinnamon, or not our cinnamon tea, that is our sore throat tea. And for this one, we're going to measure 2 to 4 tablespoons per quart and place in a lidded pot over high heat. Add water and cover, bring to boil, reduce heat, and simmer for 1 hour. To enhance the soothing effects, cool the tea fully for 1 to 2 hours. Strain and reheat before drinking. Drink liberally throughout the day. So the thing with majority of these teas is they're not going to be instantaneous. It's not like boil some water, put your tea bag in it, let it steep for 20 minutes, and you can drink. I think 2 of these that you could do that, but the one you need to steep for 8 hours, 4 to 8 hours. This one you need to steep for at least 2 hours. Let me write this, let me label this before I forget. What is this one? Sore throat tea. So if you start feeling like you're getting under the weather, if you have the opportunity before it really hits you, maybe make up some of these teas and just keep them in the fridge so that when you're ready for them, you can just heat them up and you can drink them. Now I know that's not how it always works, but maybe it'll work that way. Maybe you'll get lucky. So this one you can't really see at all, but it's still pretty dry. So with all of these, when I'm going to make the tea and I'm going to drink the tea, I'm going to add honey to them just for a little bit of flavor. But all of these said you could add, if you like flavors, you could add flavors. If you don't, you can take flavors out. These are just base recipes. If you like lavender, if you like chamomile, you could add that ingredient to everything. If you don't like fennel, you can take the fennel out. So these are really kind of the base recipes. And you can add to them as you like. Like I said, I will 100% add honey to every single one, and honestly, probably sugar, because you need sugar in your life, right? But these are 4 teas that I think will be really useful, hopefully, come winter. So we have these teas done. This book also has a ton about tinctures and about ointments and about capsules. I don't intend to make capsules ever, just because I don't like taking pills. But tinctures I might look into. It also has some salves. I've made a couple of salves before that I like. It has some paste. Here we have a cold sore compress, a cold sore balm. So it has a lot of things in this book that I think would be really beneficial to us. So we're going to start with the teas, and we're going to kind of stay here, and then we might look at this more so into the winter here, look at what else we can do in this book that would be good for our medicine cabinet. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.